The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
I'd like to share with you an amazing story, one that is very beautiful, and it will set the tone for what we hope in Yitz Hashem Chanukah and its inspiration will bring. It's the story that Rav Gadol Eisner told. Rav Gadol was a great, great tzaddik, the gerer mashkiach in the yeshivas, and he was someone who had tremendous love for Yidden and tremendous chachma, tremendous wisdom. And one time after World War II, he met someone, a young man who had been a bacher in his yeshivas, and unfortunately had lost his faith in Hashem. He had gone completely off the derech. He had lost his family. And now, when Reb Gadol asked him how he was doing, he told Reb Gadol he has to tell him terrible news. He wouldn't tell him right there and then. It was in front of other people. And he walked him outside and he walked him to the edge of the town. And then he told Reb Gadol, I'm going to be marrying a goy. Reb Gadol was his mashgiach, his rebbe. And I imagine that kemat every rebbe in the world and every person in the world would have a similar reaction. Perhaps they would cry. They would react with horror. There could be nothing worse. And he looked at Reb Gadol and he asked Reb Gadol, what do you say? And Reb Gadol looked at him and he says, I want you to know something. The war has passed and it's been a very, very long time since I've learned Shulchan Aruch. I haven't learned the halachas, I haven't learned the laws lately. So I can't tell you what Shulchan Aruch would say. I can't tell you what Jewish law would dictate. But I can tell you one thing. A Chassidish bacher wouldn't do it. Es passt nicht für a Chassidish bacher. He viewed this broken, off the derech, young, lost soul. He viewed him as a Chassidish bacher. He didn't look like a Chassidish bacher. He clearly wasn't acting like a Chassidish bacher. But Reb Gadol was reminding him, you're still a Chassidish bacher. You might be lost, you might be broken, you might be prepared to do the worst thing in the world for a Yid to do, to marry out of his faith. But remember, you're always a Chassidish bacher. It triggered a tremendous inspiration within the young man. And he awakened his heart and his soul to do Teshuvah. And he came back to Yiddishkeit and rebuilt his family. Chanukah is a time when we do just that. In a time of darkness, in a time of sadness, in a time of brokenness, the Rebbeinu Shalom reminds us we have a light inside of us, a spark that will never be extinguished. May we all be Zoiche to Yitz Hashem, see the flame inside of our souls, to see the flame inside of other Yiddish souls, to realize how beautiful HaKadosh Baruch Hu looks and feels about each and every one of us. And may we Zoiche to lichtige freiliche Chanukah.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org